closer.
Hi everyone, welcome to our next creative upliftment session. Thank you for joining us. Yesterday we worked on our clocks. The challenge for the week is our living room challenge. So we took clocks that we've got in our living room at the moment and we've redone them a bit. Ma, do you want to show the people your clock?
Yes, the fairies got mine, hold of mine last night. I must show you. I'm so excited. Look what the fairies did with mine. Not beautiful. And luckily that fairy belongs to me.
Okay, let's just explain to them what happened overnight. So off camera I actually just did the transfers so that we can actually stencil today. Hi Anita, thank you for watching. So the middle stencil with the bunny of the middle transfer is the Petite Rouge Velvet Attic bunny, and then around the sides we did the rub-on transfers from Hocus Pocus, and it came out like that.
Beautiful.
It actually looks so lifelike, eh?
Yes.
Alright, so this is Mom's creation. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be sealing this one, and then once it's sealed we're going to be doing the seal on it.
And I want to put the two butterflies on.
Okay, so Mom first wants to do, we've got 2 butterflies left of the Hocus Pocus rub-on transfers. 2 little butterflies. One you can see better. So we're going to do the rub-on transfers on there. And I actually still need to get some work done on mine. So let me show you mine.
That's
I
also
want to move this.
so beautiful.
I don't know about that. So I've used the Petite Rouge Velvet Attic Peony big flowers, the wild flowers, on mine. And in between I did some stems of the Hocus Pocus rub-on transfer. But what I did on mine is, you see this flower actually looks more faded, Dankie Letitia, than this flower. So in hindsight, what I should have done is I should have actually cut out my transfer, marked the area and painted it with a white or a light color, and then do my transfer on top of it so that the pieces of the flower doesn't look greenish. So there you'll see it looks a bit greenish. It's because it's picking up the background.
I think it's beautiful.
So what I've done is I've actually painted in this one. So everywhere where it's green, I actually just did some light pink in between. And on here as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing now, is filling up that flower. Hi Sarita. So these are our clocks so far. Hi Judy. Okay. So this is what we started yesterday. We did Waterslide transfers and we did rub-on transfers. So the Waterslides are from Petite Rouge and the Velvet Attic, and the rub-on transfers we used the Hocus Pocus rub-on transfer. So what Mom's going to do is she's going to do some more butterfly rub-on transfers. I'm going to show you how I fill this flower. It looks like this. Okay. I think I need to.
I think
stand
over
on
there
that
because
side.
the lettering is coming on the side. Eh?
Yeah, the stencil. So what I've used just to fill my flower was the Petite Rouge Toulouse, or not Toulouse, Ayan. It's a nice pink. So I use a full bit brush for this. I want to show you Velvet brush. It's a mixture between a round and a flat actually. So this is a velvet brush. That's what I'm going to be using. And I want to try and do a dry brush type of effect here, because if I put on too much paint, I'm going to paint over my transfer and you won't see the lines. So, just to pop it up. Actually, won't you please just come and hold here for me? Then I can paint on the other side. On the other side. There we go. Right, let's get it closer there. So do you see all the light lines? They look greenish because it's picking up the background. That's what the transfers do. So everywhere where you see the light lines, I just go in with a little bit of my pink. And that will just highlight it a bit. Okay? You see, you can already see the difference between that and that. So I'm going to continue doing that. Thank you. Mom, you've done your rub on. Show them your one.
And I'm just doing another one. Put one little butterfly on the end. Just going to do another one.
And now remember, this week's challenge is the living room challenge. So you need to select something out of your living room that you want to update.
You say the other one that way?
Yeah, different direction. A bit further away maybe.
So
you need to pick something that you want to update. Yeah. In your lounge area. Update it, take a photo and post it on our page. That's just to share ideas with people. So the living room challenge, you've got until Friday at 5 o'clock to post your pictures and to share with everyone. There's no competition or whatever on it. It's just so that we can share creativity. Last week we did the kitchen challenge. And there was some nice posts that I actually posted yesterday as well. So what I'm doing is I'm just filling in the white areas of my transfer there because it's looking a bit greenish. So I just want to get it more colorful. It's because I chose this dark color for the background. So just remember when you do your transfers that you want them to stand out nicely, you choose a nice light background. Let's see.
There's the second one.
Easy peasy.
Just to round it off a bit.
So that was the rub-on transfer from Hocus Pocus.
That's enough, eh?
Yes, I think so.
But I just
what you do need to remember with these transfers, is on the it comes with instructions, and on the instructions it says you need to burnish them. So after you've put them on, you actually just need to rub them so that they adhere to your area well before you actually start sealing. I've done the rest, so more you can actually now just seal.
Do you still want to rub off something? There's the little two.
No, I'm done. I'm done with rubbing. I'm not painting. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm painting in the whiter areas just with a light pink. It's the Toulouse or Not Toulouse from Petite Rouge. And Ma, are you going to be sealing your project now?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mom will be sealing with the lilac. Yes, that one would be fine. The lilac from Petite Rouge. Let's just show them the bottom.
Oh, here's one open already.
Yes. So we are sealing with lilac from Petite Rouge. This is after we've actually applied the rub-on transfers and the Waterslide transfer. Gotta be for some luck. You must just not sting me.
You be careful that you don't squash it.
So I'm just gonna pop this up like this
What
and
are
just
you
show
doing?
you. I'm filling in my leaves here
okay.
where I wanted a bit more color.
Just be careful of this open bottle now.
So you can actually see it makes such a big difference on your flower.
Is Jan op die lig?
So just to
Wat
show
sê jy Jan? Is dit mooi? Jan Pfeiffer?
So this is what I've started doing now. Oh wait, there we go. So all the light areas now I've just touched up with some pink. You see the rest of this flower actually it appears as it's got like a greenish color to it. It's because I've used a green background on it. So I'm just filling up the flower so that it's more colorful. So when you do your water slides, make sure that your background is a light color where it can pick up like the flowers and things like that.
So you're just sort of putting the white in.
A pink. I'm putting some pinks in. This is the to lose or not to lose from Petite Rouge. So I'm just going in where the areas are appearing a bit green, and that's where I'm applying my pink, and I'm dry brushing it. I'm not going over the whole flower. I'm just going into the areas that appears a bit green, and then you need some more paint. So what have you guys been doing? What are you up to? Have you been working on the challenges? Oh, Judy, I like the Afrikaans. She said, baie mooi. Tell us what you've been doing. And are you working on your living room challenge? Mom on this side is just sealing a project now with the Petite Rouge Lacquer. And I'm just filling in my flower with some pink.
Did I miss a spot?
It's actually quite tricky trying to paint upside down. How does that look? Okay. Hi, Danila. So, have you sealed everything?
Yes.
We are working on our living room challenge. We are both doing our clocks in our living room. So, Mama's just doing her sealant. She applied the Velvet Attic Bunny transfer and the rub-on transfer from Hocus Pocus. Don't you want to come past it? Oh, you can show them. So this is the sealed project. It's now going to get some sun. We are lucky to have some sun today again. Okay, so remember, if you've missed any other of our projects, they are all on the page, Roy Suitcase Creative Upliftment. So if you want to have a look at them, they will stay there for you to watch. This is, I think, our 11th session. Huh? Do you want to come past, Mom?
Just want to see what that little famous one. Okay.
And then I've also put that box that we made there. If you want to maybe paint it on the inside. But if you don't, it's okay. So I'm filling in the green spots. The transfer is translucent, so it picks up the background color, which is a minty macaron color from Petite Rouge. So what I'm trying to do is just get some color into my rose or peony, because I don't like that greenish leaves sitting there. So thank you, Sophia. She says it's prachtig. So just here and there where I see the green portions coming through, I'm actually painting with the pink. No?
Are you going to seal now? Otherwise I need to wash this.
No, you can leave it. I'll seal now, but I first need to finish this.
Okay, I'm going to paint that box.
Okay. I've put the paint.
Are we doing it the same with the crackling?
No,
Or
no.
just-
We're just going to be painting with Midnight in Paris. We did this box, sure, three workshops ago.
In the beginning, yes.
And I just want to show you what we did on it. We did a crackle glaze on it, and then we did the embellishment on it. But now today we're going to paint the bottom part and the inside. You see, we do things the wrong way around. It happens in the best of creative families. So we're going to be painting it with Midnight in Paris, which is a dark blue color. We still have a 3/4 of a liter to fix to use, so we'll be painting a lot of things in Midnight in Paris.
We don't have to finish it.
No,
All the paint.
I've got plans for my kitchen. Actually love that color, it's so nice. Also remember to check out the Petite Rouge Paint Club. Eve has actually started doing a tumble dryer, which he painted in St. Cloud. So go and have a look on the Petite Rouge Paint Club. I think the second portion will be coming out today. First one came out yesterday. So that's also awesome to follow, maybe if you want to update your tumble dryers as well. Alright, I just want to show you how far I've gotten to this. So, you see the outside, oops, we're there. There's still the green background, and I'm changing it to show you the pink area. So I'm painting the greenish sides with some pink, just so that I can highlight out. This is how far we are. Alignment of our clock. Hello, Andrew. So all I'm doing is I'm using the Petite Rouge Toulouse or Not Toulouse pink, and I'm touching up the green areas on my transfer where I want some more color in, and working with a dry brush. So just the green areas. I'm not repainting the whole flower. I'm actually just touching up the pieces that I feel need some color. Just need a little brush. I've got one.
Oh, yes, one.
There was a little red one.
And just this little one, just to go in on this side.
I was thinking of maybe tomorrow we can do some tools. What type of tools do we use, and what type of tools do you have, and maybe give you some what is our favorite tools and what we use them for. So maybe we can do a session on that tomorrow. I don't know how you feel about that. Tell us if you want to maybe have a session like that. Alright, so I'm just painting the areas that I feel need to be highlighted a bit. When you are working with Waterslide transfers, either make sure the area where you're putting your flower is a light color like a parchment or a white, and then do your transfer on top. Or what I'm doing now afterwards is I'm just touching up here and there. So that means that the green color I no longer want. So I'm adding my pink into it. I've done one flower already, which is that one. And you see it actually makes the flower come alive. It makes it pop a bit. So really dry brushing. Nothing fancy. And I'm using a full full bit brush. And it's also not a new brush, it's actually very old. Mom is painting a rack of ours in Midnight in Paris. We did the outside for you guys on one of the tutorials, so we're just doing the inside of it now. I've realized we've had so many crafts standing around that
In between you could do the rest.
yeah. Madelise, yes, we are going to be stenciling the clock today still. If I don't get to it, Mom's going to stencil hers. But we are going to be stenciling the clocks today. So yeah, I'm just highlighting areas where I feel it needs to stand out a bit. I'm not repainting the whole flower. I'm really just highlighting areas that I feel is showing a bit green. It's because my background is green. If I had a white background like Mom, it would have been perfect. But I don't. I probably never will. Because I don't like white and cream so much. Alright, so this one should be done now. Maybe a bit, yeah. And then I'll come and show you up close and personal. How it looks. What have you guys been doing? What are you up to? Have you been crafting? Have you been painting something? Remember the living room challenge this week, Friday, 5 o'clock. You need to submit all your pictures. So there we go. This is the one I've just done. So you'll see I've added in all the pinks on the edges. So this now matches with this one. Okay. So the only thing I've done is I've just filled in the light pieces with some pink. No. I must just remember what I did on this. Okay, it was also Toulouse. I did this last night at about 10 o'clock. So, yeah, can't remember. Alright, so now this little flower also has spots of green in. And that I actually want to replace with some pink. It's Toulouse or not Toulouse from Petite Rouge. And I'm using a dry brush. It's a full bit brush. Okay. So yeah, I'm just doing my edges where it's very green. And I'm working on a Waterslide transfer from Petite Rouge and the Velvet Attic. That's what I'm currently working on. It's a transfer we did yesterday. So just filling in the little green spots with some pink. Just lifting the color a bit. So yeah, and this. Mom is painting our rack with Midnight in Paris on the inside and the outside. Oh, my voice is going. Eliane, have you finished your painting? Yes, Madelise, it would be nice if we can all be together and just paint.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's being together.
it's a difficult time for everybody, especially creative people. I need to turn this around because I'm getting squinted. Alright, so...
We will appreciate it afterwards.
Yes. I'm just adding in...
But at least we've been staying safe.
Yes. Most important part. Alright. So I must now just see where am I at. Okay, so this flower this side. So I'm really just doing dry brushing over the area. And if I feel I've used a bit too much, I will just wipe it down a bit. just to blend it in. And these peonies are difficult flowers to paint, so you need just follow your lines, and everywhere where you see it's a bit green, in my case, you just go in and you fill in with dry brushing. So this should be okay. I want to show you this. This is a portion of the cable spool top. Now, I told you yesterday, it's actually got these these holes in, and now the transfer's sitting over it. So if you don't paint it, it's going to look like a little hole, like there. So now I'm just going to dry brush over that area so that it fills my leaf up. Yankee. Colors. So let's just go in here quickly, and I'll just do my okay. So there we go. That's my flower done. Now I'm just going to do this last one here at the bottom. This one here. The other one I did like that. But it's not clean. So for this I've actually mixed a color using the French truffle and the Antoinette's kiss. So this is the Antoinette's kiss, and this is the French truffle. It's actually a brownie color. Hoping you guys can see. So I wanted to replicate something like a mauve color. So this actually came in handy. So then you can actually see this is my mixing tray where I've actually mixed my colors. So I've left some on because I knew I had to do a second flower as well. So the same principle that we followed there. Oopsie. Oopsie doopsie. Kan ek help?
Ja, sy het net vir my gesê maak die ding goed toe en nou
sukkel mense om dit te maak.
Sukkelik om toe te maak.
Okay, so I'm going in with the darker color of the mauve, and now I'm going to go a bit differently. I'm actually going to go onto the darker areas.
Okay.
Won't you please hold up this again for me? I just want to show them what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm going to be working on that flower. Alright, let's get it up there. But down. There we go. Alright, so I'm going in with the darker of the colors on the darker edges of the flower. And then I'm going to be blending with lighter colors thereafter. Okay. I'm painting on top of a Waterslide transfer. If you are a paint artist, these are also lovely to work on canvases. So you can actually put the transfer on your canvas and actually paint over it. So I'm just going in, filling up all those little dark spots with the darker of my mauve color. You see, like so. Yes, let's try it. So I've pre-mixed the color with truffle and Antoinette's kiss. It gives me a nice mauve color. Do you want to come in?
No, I just want to check mine.
So I'm just going on the darker edges now, and I'm entering my lines in there, and sometimes there'll be a flower in front of it. So there I'll go in with the dark colors, and on there. So I'm just using my transfer as a guideline to actually paint my complete flower. So now I think I've done all the darker sides. Ma, do you want to come past?
I'm just looking, it's beautiful now.
Alright, I think I've done all the dark ones. Now you need to go a shade lighter. So because I've got a lot of the dark sitting there, I can now easily take my French truffle and just add some. Okay, if you want to come past. So this is my darker mauve. I'm now going to take some of my French truffle just to lighten it up a bit. Remember, my darkest color is this. So if I want to lighten it up, I need to go to this. Taking my darker color now, and I'm just blending in a lighter color. There we go. I think that should be right. So now, laying this color next to your previous color. So you're not going to paint it over. You're just going to lay it next to that color. I want to show you.
Must I hold it for you?
That's fine. Maybe more kind, if you can. So,
Just put your knee.
yes. You see there, I've laid the second color now next to the darker color. That's how I'm going to shade it in.
Must I cover up these little bubbles?
No, I'm still going to make it lighter. So is your thing now almost dry, Mo?
It's still a bit damp.
Your bunny?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so I'm just going in with the, let's call it the medium color, because there's still going to be a light one. If you had a look at our first session, I told you that you need to work on a color and then shade up and down. So up would be lighter, down would be darker. So when you are doing colors, remember to shade dark and light of that color as well. And something like green, it's not always the right color to shade up with. You might need to consider something like yellow to give the right shading of green. But if you get stuck, you're welcome to ask. That's how we all learn. So I'm placing my medium color next to my darker color. And I'm still going to go in with a lighter color too. Tell us what you've been to. Are you ready for our living room challenge this week? You need to submit your photos of what you've done in your living room, whether it was painting or whether you just added a piece of ribbon to something. And you need to submit your pictures by 5 o'clock on Friday. So, what have you been doing? Have you been painting, or have you been making new recipes? Alright, so now this color I'm done with. Now I'm going to go quite a bit lighter. If I now had to add more of the French truffle, I'm going to get a brown flower. So I want to keep it pink. So now I'm going to go over to the La Pearl. Now I'm hoping you guys can see this. It is not as pink as Toulouse. It's slightly lighter than the Toulouse. So I'm going to use La Pearl now as my light shade. So just get some on your tray. Gonna lift it up again.
What color are we using for this?
I've taken out the chocolate noir if you want to. Alright, so now I'm going to light on the edges. And I'm going to work that back towards my pink color. Dry brush. Dry brush. So here you go. Where's my portion? There's my portion. So I've done light on the edge, working it back into your medium color. Hoping you guys can see it.
This the smaller one.
Now you can use the big one, Mom. But don't you want to move all of these things away so they can actually see what you are doing?
The stem is not closed yet.
Okay.
Please note.
Now,
I don't want your floor black tonight.
okay. So move more here. I'm now going to be doing the stencil, the clock stencil that you've been waiting for. And I'm going to continue finishing my flower here. Are you going to explain to them what you do, Mom? Are you going to explain to them what you do?
I'm going to put in my lettering of the clock.
Move your clock towards the middle so that everybody can
I'm not
see.
doing this, I'm just doing the lettering.
We've made a little hole in the stencil so that it fits nice over that little pointy thing. Remember, these are old clocks, so we're not getting them blank. So we do have some hiccups we need to work around. Oh, nice, Sophia. You made some flexible molds for the lace. That's a nice one. Okay, Mom, you must just speak to the people while they go.
Oh, well, I just want to get my cloth ready. This thing is so hard and ugly, not usable.
Alright, so when we do stenciling, I just want to show that to the people before you start, Mom. And so we are going to be using the Petite Rouge Chocolate Noir for our stenciling. Oops, there we go. Right. It's like a black-brown color. Alright, so this is a stencil brush. Oops. Flat, stubby is quite dense. So I dip it in my paint and I wipe majority off my lid. I then go to my old rag or faduk and I wipe my brush down almost all the paint off so that when I test it on my hand it should look like blusher. And that's how much paint you need for your stencil. If you've got anything more than this, it's going to go underneath your stencil and you're going to smudge. So just keep your cloth on hand. Make sure your brush is dry. When you feel you don't have enough paint on, go back to your rag rather than going back in the pot. Am I not going to do this?
Now start with the 12. Let's just show them.
She always catches me this way. I think we just need
No,
to...
no. It must be in the middle of the ears.
No, but the ears are not straight.
Okay.
Okay, so let's keep...
I would be
this.
able to see it.
No, would you? Let's just hold it up. We're going to show you how we do it. We're going to be doing the 12. Alright, you need to hold it stiff, ne? Alright, so I put my brush straight up down and I hold my hand over my stencil and I work in circular motions over my lettering. Rather, if you feel it doesn't have enough color on, go back a second time after it's dried or leave it as is. So you should get a nice crisp line when you're stenciling. So we're doing the clock stenciling now. I'm finishing my shading on these flowers. I'm just gonna have a bit of a sit here. So what have you guys been up to? What have you been doing? Have you been playing with your paints? Or with your scrapbooking or journaling?
Sewing.
Or sewing? Or just making food the whole time? I'm just shading in my flower on top of my Waterslide transfer because I want to get more color on my flower. No, just tell the people what you're doing.
I'm busy with number 3.
Are you going
Putting in the numbers on my clock.
clockwise? Okay, there we go.
Over my pretty leaves.
Over your pretty leaves. So this is what I've got so far. I'm going to blend it in a bit. Where is my tray? So I just go back to my middle color and then I blend back over that light colors again. Are you winning? What are you doing?
Trying to lift up the stencil.
Do you want some help?
No, it's okay. I've just been doing the...
Oh, you're curious. You should just lay it down and get it done.
No, I must have a peek.
That's where I get it from. I always want to see what's going on underneath the stencil. Alright, so I think this okay would be almost done now. Just tell me what you guys think. Another heavy piece. So there we go. So I think it should be done now. You'll see that in the middle, yeah, oh, I'm the wrong way around. I've actually done some of these little flowers. I've just added a bit more of chantilly lace on there. Thank you, Adeki. Odette's back. Alright, so I am once you're done then
Wait for it. Wait for it.
and the little doikies?
No, I don't want the dwickies.
You don't want, and the little frilly willies?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oops, where's that thingy?
There's that thingy. Give me this thingy. Show the people your thingy.
Just want to put this back on. That's going to...
And it goes the other way around.
Hey?
Goes the other way around. Alright?
Are you sure?
Yeah, just leave it be and just show them your clock. Everyone's waiting in anticipation. There we go. You wanted to see the clock? Other way around? There we go.
And then we wait for it to dry and we seal it again.
Okay, so you don't want any of the scrolly goody McGuffers.
No.
Alright, so let me
I
get...
like it like that.
Can I use your brush and everything?
Do you think the dots would have made a difference?
I'm not too sure, but I'm going to do it and then you
Then
see
you
if
can
you
see.
want the same. Alright.
Let me see if it comes sooner.
Alright, let's do some quick stenciling here. Maar gaan maar 'n bietjie skuif nou met maar se bordjie.
Ek weet nie hierdie ding het opkom nie.
Okay.
Then I just come past you to put it in the sun again.
So what we are stenciling with is the Petite Rouge Chocolate Noir. It's a black brown color. It's actually quite nice. So I'm hoping you guys can see. I just want to make sure I've got this thing partially in the middle. Oh yeah, I've got these nuts on the numbers, so I need to make sure that the bigger nuts actually line up with the numbers. Alright, so approximately ongeveer soort van. Okay, there we go. So, once again, dip my brush into the paint and wipe it thoroughly on my cloth so that when I do it on my hand, it's like a blusher. Anything more than this and your paint smears underneath your stencil. So, are you ready? Can we go? Right. So I put my brush down, upright, and then move in circular motions around my stencil so that it looks like that. I'm hoping you guys can see now. I'll show you now once we're done. Okay, and then I just continue over my stencil with my paint. If I feel my paint's a bit dry, I go back to here, I tap it a bit, and I go back over my stencil.
Have you put all that in?
Hey?
You put all that willy willy?
Yes, I want majority of this. I like it. Ek hou van besig. Alright, and here we go again. Luckily I'm going for a vintage effect. So if it's light at certain places, lighter than other areas, that's fine with me. It all depends on what look you're going for. Right. You'll know I haven't sealed mine because I'm actually waiting for the flowers to cure properly before I seal it, because I don't want to take it off the transfer. I've painted on top of the Waterslide transfer. It's also ideal if you are an artist and you are painting. You can always use the Waterslide transfers on your canvas and then just paint on top. It's a bit of a shortcut. Well, you must just check if I've got everything. Sometimes I move them around if I don't stick them. Like that. Alright, now I want to do these little twirly whirlies. Remember, this is an old cable spool top. So it is not perfect. It is not straight. So luckily if I paint it lighter in certain areas, it's not going to make much of a difference. So I just go over my stencil with my stencil brush, and this now, and my wording. It is a bit difficult because we've got this knob sitting in the middle, so it is a bit lifted in the middle. I'm not going to do much of that, just here and there a bit, and I doubt if I'll get this word in, so I'm going to leave that word out. And there must be something called France in between. These are not new clocks. These are our old clocks we had in our living room. So we have just decided to give it a bit of an update. And almost done. Are you ready for the big reveal? What are you going to? It's not done yet. Are you going to come and stand on that side and then we show them while we take it off?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. So, do you want to go that side and then I'll come around? Alright, so are you ready for the big reveal? It might be a bubble.
Let me peep first. Beautiful. Let me
just take it.
Isn't that beautiful?
I'm going to take it back a bit so that everybody can see.
That's lovely.
What do you think?
Beautiful.
Is it in one straight stripe? So I'll let it dry in the sun and then once it's properly dry, I will actually go ahead and seal it. And once we've completed that, you want to hold just
I'm thinking if I should put those little dots around mine.
just hold that. So once I'm done, I will just put the hands back. Oh, it's first this one. And there you go. So it should look something like that. Beautiful. What do you think? Do you like it?
Ek gaan die jointjies op myne sit.
Okay, Ma's going to put the dots on hers. Just remember your challenge for this week is the living room challenge. Take something out of your living room that you want to remake or update, and then share the pictures on our page with us. You've got until Friday 5 o'clock to do so. I'm sure next week there will be another one. But yeah, share with us. It's all just for upliftment.
And pass me that stencil on your way.
Okay. Are you going to do the dots?
Just the dots.
Just
What
the
do you
dots.
think?
Yes, I think if you put that curly whirlies in, it's going to look like it's coming out of the ears. It's wrong way around.
Yes. No, I only want the dots.
You just want the dots.
Yes.
Okay. From my head medal. Okay. Just got this under control. So it's time for me to talk. Dankie, Esther. So, remember to share your pictures and give us some ideas of what the challenge for next week should be. Make some recommendations and post your pictures. I'm thinking of tomorrow doing a tool day so that I can show you my tools and maybe you can show me yours, so that you see what we work with, because we don't use fancy tools and we're not fancy people.
Often use knives and forks in
Yeah,
the kitchen.
this is one of our most used items. It's a normal knife, so yeah, we use this for a lot. So I'm thinking maybe doing some tools so that you see what we use, and maybe you've got something similar on your side. Let me know in the comments if okay. Let me know in the comments if you think it's okay, if you want to do that. And then, is there anything else you want to tell them, Mom?
Just that I had a ball today.
Did you have a ball today? I'm glad you did.
Luckily the fairies assisted me last night.
Mm-hmm.
My fairy.
Okay. Well, leave your comments in the comment field. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Have a nice
Bye.
evening. Bye.